Happy New Year, Leo. Welcome to your January 2020 astrological forecast. The good news for everyone actually, is Jupiter moved into Capricorn on December 2nd of 2019, and will remain here up until December of 2020. I've actually done a video on this, Jupiter in Capricorn, for each zodiac sign. And you can watch that video if you just click on the link below. That will take you to my website, and there's another link there. I really think that you should listen to it. It will really help you. But anyways, if you've listened to my previous videos, you know I always say, oh, and where you have Capricorn in your chart is your 6th house, okay? The planets Pluto and Saturn have been traveling here for a while, okay, causing you a little bit of upheaval, maybe a lot of upheaval in the workplace, your co-workers, your boss, or even with your health, okay, because that's what the 6th house governs, among many other things, but the main things are the workplace, okay, the workplace and co-workers, and your health, okay. So Jupiter's here for a full year, so all of the crap or whatever that you might have had to put up with having Saturn and Pluto traveling together in this area, what really does ease up. It might not be immediate for you to notice, but this area is going to lighten up a lot over the next year. Okay, that's what Jupiter does. Jupiter brings good fortune and opportunity and expansion and good feelings, good relations. So, it's something to look forward to, especially if this was like a problem area for you. The sun moved into Capricorn like at the end of December, so every year around this time is when things start to happen in the workplace for you. Usually, it's because it's the end of the year, beginning of a new year. There's some kind of changes going on. But that may actually be the case, period. Maybe you have a new coworker, new new person coming into your workplace, and or a new opening possibly for you to take. It would be a again, this is the planet of opportunity, so some of your opportunities for the whole year lie in this area within your workplace. So you might want to keep an eye out if there is some kind of opening for you to move up, for you to, climb up the corporate ladder there, okay? Or you can change your schedule in some way. You can make some kind of change a little bit with more ease. Maybe a problem coworker is gone, maybe their vacancy has left a lot of, leeway for not just you, but you and your coworkers, besides the place being a lot nicer, a lot more fun, more pleasant, let's put it that way. Or even a superior is gone, so now, you're able to do a lot more things. So just keep this in mind. As far as your health goes, the sun is here up until like the 19th, and there's Mercury in Capricorn up until the 15th. So if you were wanting to discuss something, it could actually be something personal as far as your health goes, something that you may think is really, important. Well, your health is important, but something that may have been filling you with a lot of fear as far as that goes when it comes to your health. You're imagining all kinds of things, imagining the worst and all that. So this would be the time when possibly you would get news to the fact that your health is actually a lot better than you thought, or you're in good hands, or your doctor caught something that possibly could have been a problem somewhere down the line. So, it's something to look into to just ease your mind, to start the year off with a clear head and not have to worry about something that you thought may be a really big deal. It may have somewhere down the line, but if you're getting it taken care of now, it isn't. You stop it before it even begins. But I think probably, though, that you're going to get just an overall really good picture, health-wise, especially for the rest of this year. You may have to change something may start to take some kind of medication, especially heart medication. So, you know, as long as you stick to whatever your doctor says, you should be just fine, okay? Mars, the planet Mars, okay, starts off the month on the 3rd in Sagittarius, a fellow fire sign, okay? You just had Jupiter in this area. Jupiter was in Sagittarius, okay, all of 2019, and the 5th house, this is where you have the sign of Sagittarius, is your 5th house of romance, okay, and fun, any kind of fun, and gambling, and speculation, and amusements of any kind, creativity even. So hopefully you expanded somewhere in this area, but you had a lot of opportunities for romance, or you should have at least. You know, if you put yourself out there, maybe you didn't really feel like it, but still, you know, if that wasn't your main goal, you know, was romance, it was always some kind of, you know, you had more fun, let's put it that way, or more opportunities to have fun. You were invited to parties, or invited to, like, a play, the movies, a concert of some kind, out to nightclubs or clubs or bars or wherever it is that you go to, maybe watch a band or something like that. So you may have noticed you did maybe that a little bit more than you normally have, or have in a long time. So this is where, you know, also you could have even had a baby come into your life. You know, the Jupiter brings bundles of joy, especially when it's in the 5th house of children. This 5th house also governs children. So a child could have been like your main focus all last year. Okay. So either you could have even adopted, or if you were a teacher, you had your class could have been like really, really important to you, not just for you know, your work's sake. You know, they were personally important to you in some way or other. They made a difference in your life, okay, and it wasn't just a job. Anyways, now that Mars is here, Mars is an energizing planet, almost like the sun, except that it's a lot more physical activity. And when Mars is in the 5th house, people tend to take up things like dancing, or some kind of physical sport. You need to move around. You want to move around, and if you're not, you know, exercising or dancing or walking, running, you're doing something like maybe traveling to, you know, some place that's like, I want to say an amusement park, but it's kind of like some place that's, an amusement park, we'll say. It's known for, you go there to do a specific thing, and it's a fun thing. Okay, it could even be like a ski resort though too. You don't have to just go to like Disneyland or wherever, you know, some place that you go to, I don't know, drive little cars or whatever. So you're, even if you don't go, you could possibly be making plans to do something like that. Okay, and as far as, again, romance though, you could have someone come at you a little bit aggressively. If you are seeing someone, they could be a little bit pushy maybe at this time, moving a little bit too fast for you, or vice versa. You could be the one doing all these things. Okay, so just keep that in mind. There's a full moon, actually, full moon lunar eclipse, okay, in the sign of Cancer on the 10th, where you have Cancer in your chart as your 12th house. It's directly across from your 6th house, where you have the sign of Capricorn and the workplace and health and stuff like that. Okay, so around that full moon, especially, you could find out something really surprising and really earth-shaking in a way, in secret. You could find out a secret about someone, but it may more than likely be about a coworker or a boss. Okay, at the same time that this full moon lunar eclipse is going on, 2 days later, there is a major conjunction of the planets, Saturn and Pluto. Okay, they've been traveling together for a while, but it's taken all this time for both of these planets to hit the exact same degree. Okay, takes a long time. Anyways, it's a pretty big deal for everyone, no matter where they have Capricorn in their chart. So that is only 2 days after this lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse. So it's something pretty big may possibly happen around that period, a few days before the 10th, before the full moon, and maybe the whole week of this conjunction, you know. But it doesn't have to be something tangible that you can see, you know, or go, oh, aha, this happened. You know, it's somewhere down the line you may be able to think back to this month and find that whatever occurred around this time. Okay, it might not be apparent right off. But anyways, where this conjunction takes place is in your 6th house of the workplace and coworkers and your health. So expect some kind of aha moment going on there. Okay, the sun moves into Aquarius on the 20th. Mercury moves here on the 16th, and Venus is here up until the 12th, and there's a new moon in Aquarius on the 24th. And where you have Aquarius in your chart is your 7th house. It's directly across from your 1st house. Aquarius is your opposite sign. At this time of year is when partnerships come into focus for you, because the 7th house governs partnerships. And sometimes things don't go so well for you at the end of January into February. Every year since you were born, every zodiac sign has a low point and a high point. And the high point is when planets are in your own sign. And the low point is when planets are in your opposite sign. And like I said, your opposite sign is Aquarius. So it doesn't necessarily mean that something bad is going to happen. It's just that you're not as effective as you are when planets are in your own sign, because they're directly, when planets are in your opposite sign, they're directly across from your sun, and they're depleting your personal energy and your ability to move about as freely as you normally do, without any kind of you know, interruptions or whatever, no matter how small or large they may be. Okay, so you just might want to keep that in mind. Okay, that it's not like a real big deal. You could have some kind of conversation though with someone that you are considered, you consider them a partner. They're either, you know, the 7th house is business or romantic partner. Okay, but it could be anybody that you have some kind of arrangement with. Okay, and it's just up for review right now. That's all. When planets are, excuse me, okay, especially the sun. Okay, I'm losing my voice here. Sorry about that. When the sun is here, it, you know, wherever the sun is transiting, it brings your focus. That's where your focus goes at that time of year. So it's up for review. You're maybe trying to figure out if you're getting everything you can out of the relationship. Does it work for you? Is it 50-50? Is it fair? Okay, is this something fair? And this is something you really have to consider, because just very briefly, from March 21st to July 1st of this year, the planet Saturn is moving into Aquarius. Okay, so it's going to be moving into this house. It's very slight. You may feel it, though. You know, you may notice some kind of change going on here. Okay, but, and then it will retrograde and fall back into Capricorn, then turn direct in Capricorn all the way up to December, where it finally moves into Aquarius fully and will remain there for the next few years. So you may want to pay attention to that March period through July. It's just a few months. You may see some kind of difference, but it'll give you an idea of what to expect when Saturn moves into Aquarius fully in December. Okay, so remember, it's going to be moving into the 7th house. It's going to be directly across from your sun or other planets that you have in Leo. Okay, your rising sign, your sun sign, whatever. Excuse me. So something that's going on now could be an inkling, can give you an inkling as to what to expect when Saturn will be moving here. Okay, whatever's going on right now. If you are in some kind of arrangement with someone, and now it would be the time to change it for the better. Okay, there's a new moon on the 24th. So new moon brings new beginnings. So that might be the time that you might want to do something like this. Even if it isn't pleasant for the other person, you know, you have to do what's best for yourself. Okay, so it looks like you've been shouldering an awful lot of responsibility or more work than you're supposed to be doing, or shouldn't be working the way you have been working. Okay, just due to the fact of those planets, Pluto and Saturn, being in your sixth house of work. Okay, so that maybe that's what it is. Maybe someone even that you work with, or your employer even to an extent, just assumes everything's just going to go on as it has been, and for so many years now, and it's you're not able to do it anymore. Okay, for it could be for health reasons, whatever the case. But just pay attention to whatever kind of issue, because it may possibly be an issue, comes up at this time in regards to partnerships, arrangements that you have, or an agreement that you have with someone. Okay, Venus moves into Pisces on the 13th, and it's here till the end of the month, where you have Pisces in your chart as your 8th house. It's a money house. When Venus is here, sometimes people gift you with things. They give you things. Maybe not something real big, but something nice, just out of the blue. Okay, 8th house is also like, settlements, money coming to you, let's put it that way. Money or other resources coming to you other than you earning it. It's not your money, it belongs to someone else. It's not your resources, it's somebody else. It's lending you something, or they're actually giving you something that they think you would like, or possibly even something that you need. Okay? Again, though, with the partnerships, because this is the partnership house, it's your partner's money, things that you jointly own, or with someone else, Okay, so maybe that's what all the discussions are right now. Okay, could even be a relative, just anyone that you may possibly own something with. That is up for discussion this month. And having Venus in the 8th house of jointly held resources kind of lets things go your way in a way. Maybe they're going to let you take hold of something that will be solely yours, and it won't be jointly held or jointly owned any longer. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I have to mention this. The planet Uranus is in Taurus. Where you have Taurus in your chart is your 10th house of career. Okay, it's been a retrograde motion, but actually turns direct on the 10th, around that full moon lunar eclipse, and around that conjunction of Saturn and Pluto. Okay, so all kinds of stuff going on. It will take a while for it to really kick in, but the fact is it's turning direct. Your 10th house is your house of career and your social standing, your status, your reputation. So it kind of coincides with whatever is going on in the workplace to your job, your livelihood, your professional life. It could be something really totally out of the blue, totally unexpected occurring in this area of your life, your professional life. Okay? The best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Leo on the 11th, 12th, and 13th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Aquarius, and those dates are the 24th, 25th, and 26th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 7th, 8th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. The best time for money is the 1st, 13th, 14th, 15th, 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for your career is the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. I hope you enjoyed your astrological forecast for January. Please subscribe to my channel. Click on the link below that will take you to my website and view your video on Jupiter in Capricorn for 2020. Hope to see you next month. Goodbye.